Welcome to World's Finest, the Southgate Media Group's weekly DC Comics review. As always, I am Phil, and with me is...
Lilith, and this is definitely reporting for duty this week. It was a lot.
You mean book-wise or effort-wise?
Book-wise, effort-wise, content-wise, you name it.
It was a lot of books, because it seemed like last couple weeks there wasn't that many, and then all of a sudden just boom.
Was it because of the 5th Wednesday or whatever? Is that maybe what it was?
It could be, because maybe stuff was more spread out last month.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Did you read Batgirl?
Yes, I did read Batgirl.
Okay, so can we just go in alphabetical order? It's really odd that we're talking about Batgirl after that big kerfuffle article that a couple of news outlets have led with, saying that DCU, Dan Dido doesn't want any more creators Batgirling. I think it's one of the best things they've done. I think this is like one of the few titles where new readers actually did jump on instead of jump off.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I like this. It's just not the Barbara that I'm used to.
Yeah,
so
no.
I'm not good with change, but it's still a really good title. I just want to stress that.
Yeah, she just, I don't know. I mean, the way they tell the story, she's supposed to still have all her experience, but she just seems kind of young and early in her career, and that's not the story they're trying to tell, I think.
See, that's the thing with the Bat characters. If you don't fully reboot them, like, yeah, we kind of do want the emotional baggage, as it were, with Batman and Dick, but at the same time, sometimes you have to let that go so that something new and better can grow and flourish.
Yeah.
I think that my only real nitpick with this title is it seems like every single issue the supporting cast gets bigger and bigger, and the focus gets less and less on Babs.
Well, yeah, I think they want to get that diverse cast in there, and
it's like somebody's planning a wedding. She's got to make up with Frankie. She's got to study, and oh wait, there's superhero responsibilities. And ooh, Luke Fox is so dreamy. Right?
Yeah, it seems like high school drama sometimes.
I think that, I don't know, I feel like I see so much Harley Quinn, the title, influences on all these female-led comic books and in the DC universe. I don't think that that's a good thing. No offense to Amanda Conner at all. It's just that that's you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you should try to take a different approach when at all possible.
Yeah.
Because Harley Quinn is why I stopped reading. It was way too much going on every single issue, and I'm just like, ugh, I'm exhausted. I need a nap after reading that damn book.
So, what did you give Batgirl?
I gave Batgirl what did I give it? Oh, 3.25. The artwork was solid. I get what they're trying to do, but like I said, it's too many people in the supporting cast. It gets bigger and bigger. And it just feels like they're trying too hard with selfie sticks and all this contrived drama.
Yeah, but I'll give it the 3.5.
Okay, awesome. I assume you didn't read Cyborg?
I did not get it, no.
Okay, I don't blame you. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little rough for new readers, and especially if you're not like a diehard Cyborg fan or you're not like a person of color. You feel like it's really important to support the title just because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cyborg is a hard sell as a solo character because his powers are kind of
Yeah, weren't some of his greatest stories, he's with the Titan. And so, it was that interaction, I think that was, especially with, Beast Boy.
Yeah. I love his backstory. I would have liked a story with him and his dad maybe, and then his dad dies somewhere through, issue 9 or something like that. And we get, Star Labs, history along the way, but that's just kind of not what this is. It's a disappointment a little bit, and the artwork is a little sketchy in this issue with a story that's not very tight. Just, I was hoping this was going to be good for, really good for at least 4 issues where people would be like, okay, they had 4 really good issues. Everybody's, 4 good issues and 1 so-so. I think that's about the mix. This is not the case. So I don't blame people who are not going to continue their journey in the Cyborg title. But I liked it well enough. I'm definitely going to give it at least 2 more issues before it hits the boot. So I gave that a 3. And that was kind of a generous 3, quite honestly. You read Deathstroke number 9. I did not.
Once again, it's still on Paradise Island. They're still battling an evil god. I guess they heard people complaining about the Deathstroke annual because Superman actually does show up in this one. A fully powered, the whole cape, everything Superman. No Casual Friday Superman here.
It must be the Superman from Justice League #3 that Brian Hitch is doing.
Maybe. He's said Deathstroke's trying to tell him he's coming out, but Superman won't believe him. But Deathstroke has a magic sword, so he can knock Superman around for a while. And then Wonder Woman has to break them up.
Wait, are Deathstroke and Wonder Woman getting it on yet? Like, that's my prediction. Even though I'm not reading it, that's just my prediction that at some point they're going to get it on.
No, not yet. I think she still thinks he's kind of stupid, but because I think, what was the last issue, she might have called him dumb, so. Yeah, not yet. I'll give this one a 2.5.
Ooh.
It's there. Yeah.
Why is it even on your bullish? You have just been sounding so disheartened with every issue for like the last 3 issues.
The whole Superman thing, I mean, yeah, I don't want like super intelligent Superman, like from the Silver Age, but I mean, they write him like has brain damage or something anymore, I swear.
Maybe it's from all that the solar flare is like draining his brain capacity.
So solar flare equals huffing paint, okay. Okay, moving on.
What's next?
Is it Flash? That's my next one, alphabetically.
Yeah, Flash #43. We both read this. I think that they're suffering from Green Arrow-itis, where they feel like, hey, the show's doing really great. Let's pull in some elements. I know this is what you were kind of saying about a couple of issues ago when they brought in his father being in jail and all this stuff, and they have like Professor Zoom, aka Reverse Flash. This particular issue just really smacked of it for some reason this week to me.
Yeah. Hey, but Wally actually reappeared for 2 whole pages
for no reason.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you're getting ready to debut on the show. Come on, kid. Gotta bait and switch those readers that think they're gonna watch the show and see you. I'm just saying, a lot of this feels like very setup-ish. And that's unfortunate. The Flash had been really good up until like issue 40, 41, and now things are starting to fall apart, unfortunately for me.
Yeah, it seems like he forgets he has super speed half the time.
Did he huff paint too? Does he have solar flare power that I don't know about?
I don't know. I mean, what is it these days? Barry's supposed to be, a brilliant scientist. It seems like they're dumbing down the characters.
Okay, what is up with the artist's obsession with bug eyes? It was freaking me out.
I don't know if that's that a Green Lantern artist, maybe. Maybe he's used to drawing bug eyes.
It's Brett Booth was the artist. I'm not really very familiar with him, honestly.
Oh no, that isn't a. Yeah, that's not a Green Lantern artist. I don't know.
Just has a weird fetish. Okay. Just when this issue gets going, something dumb happens and slows it down. That's my only really serious nitpick, but it happened at least 4 different times.
Like the pacing was all off?
Yes. It was everywhere.
Well, he can't catch his father right away.
I know, but at least make it plausible instead of frustrating.
Yeah. Kid
Flash was the best thing about this issue. That's all I have to say about it.
And like I said, he was only on 2 pages, and he didn't even.
I think that's being stored away for later, in another couple of issues. It was just a mess. These panels were a mess, out of focus and blurry and dull color. I just couldn't, for the most part. Tell me if it's just me, guys, but this issue and the color seemed very muted for a Flash title.
Maybe a little.
There was lots of gray. Even the greens were covered. It just was weird for me. Because Flash is usually really bright and everything pops for the most part.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
3.5.
Me too. As much as I complained, it was still a fun story. I just want to give it a 5. When was the last time we gave something a 5? It feels like it's been at least a month. I'm pretty sure it's probably been a month. It's unfortunate.
There's one book you usually give a 5 to, and there's one book I usually give a 5 to. Besides that,
yeah. Let's talk about some highlights. What I thought it was. Grayson #11.
Oh yeah, that's my pick of the week.
Okay, let's dive in. And let me just ask you this question: 3 epilogues to this story? Really?
Building up the suspense.
More like fake. Got you again. Oh, we're just joshing you. Here you go. Here's your ending. Other than that, I really like the issue. I felt a little cheated when like they're doing their thing and then Dick's trigger word gets said and it's just like that's really a bad idea. Can we stop using this?
Yeah, a lot of introspection on Nick's part, but hey, he's headed back to Gotham next issue.
Yeah, it's the best thing. And I guess we actually really don't kind of get a resolution for a lot of that stuff until the annual, from what I've been reading, which is like September 23rd or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a slow burn for when he gets back, though.
Yeah, something like that.
But this was a really good way to cap off this arc.
Yeah. Blame it all on Maxwell Lord.
I know I would. Is that like, were they specifically trying to set up like an issue with Checkmate? Like, was that the goal of that, or?
I assume, because that's like the first time they've mentioned them in this series, so I'm guessing.
That's gonna be interesting. I like Checkmate.
Yeah, they haven't been around much lately.
Man, I'll just say it again. I know we probably say this like almost every time. Grayson really is like the best book they're putting out, especially with the Trinity in such disrepair the way it is. It's just hands down. It's fun. It's got action. It's got intrigue. It's got mystery. It's funny. Except for one more butt joke, and I promise you, I'm on a flight to LA.
I told you, all the little girlies go nuts on Twitter and stuff, so.
Really? I must be following the wrong people or the right people, as it were, because I never see that on Twitter.
Not lately, but I've seen it. Yeah. But, I mean, this has to be one of their bigger selling books, right? Because, I mean, good stories, usually good art.
I would assume so. I mean, it gets consistently good reviews, both from the critics and fans. So I'm thinking so. But I never really see it on the Diamond list at the same time. But I don't see a lot of DC on the Diamond list. Mostly, not even the trades, to be really honest, which is a little depressing. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell when a title is really good and it's got buzz, but then it doesn't show up on the Diamond top 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no plans of canceling it, so that has to be good. Unlike a few other titles that were promised at least 12 issues and are gonna get their little nipped in the bud.
Yeah, I saw that article this week. Well, you said it before, that their revenue wasn't all that they were hoping for.
Yeah, it's not, because they're not listening to their audience. So, you know, you can only, like, and apparently people have been speaking with their wallets. The return of the ka-ching. I know, this is still, like, definitely, I was blown away by the artwork this week, definitely, so.
Well, you know, I gave it a 5.
I don't know. I think I gave this one a 4.5. Let me double check. Yeah, I gave it a 4. It could have been a little tighter, and like I said, gotcha again. That debriefing was way too long.
Yeah.
And where I got grossed out when he ripped the implants from his eyes. I was like, trigger alert, please. Oh, that was gruesome.
Yeah. Horrible.
Okay. You read Harley Quinn. It's still on your pull list, which for some reason is like shocking in my brain. I don't really know why. I'm sorry.
I'm holding out hope, but I mean, this was kind of the tie up to her battle with Popeye. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a sailor who eats alien seaweed, and it gives him strength and makes him crazy.
Was olive oil in too?
No, but it was his wife that sent Harley after him and her whole team. It's just too many, you know, all the, like we say, all the jokes, you know, all the beaver jokes and everything. It's just like they're trying to make her Deadpool, and you know, and they're not getting it right. Maybe because she's not Deadpool, she's Harley.
Yeah. I just want a couple of issues where she's in an alternate universe where she's like a respectable like psychiatrist, and like she keeps screaming in her head, "This isn't right! It is Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain!" That's like all I want at this point. If it doesn't happen by like February of next year, I'm gonna be so bummed out. Like, I don't know. They're just not using her to her potential, I guess. And I'm just like, they tell crazy zany stories, but like, I don't know. It's just reductive and repetitive, and not like fresh and original like the first like 6-7 issues were.
Yeah, like I don't know. They're just trying to push her out there because I mean, well, that's the thing. They're saturating the market. You know, all the specials and.
Although I am interested to see what that road trip special looks like next week. I'm picking it up for sure.
Well,
not gonna.
Well, yeah, because it's what is it? It's her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman, right?
Yep. Although covers can be deceiving, as we have learned here on this podcast and other places.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that'll jack it up a notch because you know she's gonna be out of that apartment. She's not gonna have her little team. You know, she's not gonna have the roller derby. Yeah, just you know, put her in a different setting with Ivy and Selena, and I think it'll go up a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe this will like tone it down a bit, and maybe if it does well, they'll realize, hey, maybe that's what readers really want.
Yeah, but Harley Quinn 19, I gave it a 2. Let's not speak of this for the rest of the night.
Ouch, Philip! Like I said, when it gets down to a 2, it's time to consider coming off the pull list.
I consider every week or every month, you know.
Did you read Justice League 3001 number 3?
No, I did not.
Okay, no, seriously, I know I said this has been like plotting and going so slow, but dude, they just kicked it up a notch, and like things are in high gear, and we got super buddies, son. Like you don't even understand. Like it was awesome. Oh man, like I can't even tell you. Like super buddies is like a big thing from like the last run that they had, but it was just so much fun. It was so light, but there was still like conflict and stakes. And the artwork was really good, and the story was really tight, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, oh my god, okay. Uh-huh. They're stalling, they're spinning their wheels, and then boom, they literally just punched me in my face with action this week.
That's a quote that has to go out.
Yeah, and then there's Turtle Jimmy Olsen. Even though he doesn't really develop, and like Supergirl, she kind of is just like a valley girl standing there going, whatever, I am so bored. I'm just waiting for those two characters to like finally come out of their shells, as it were, and then this title is just gonna like be bananas every single issue. They're really like setting it up to be nothing but a nonstop action romp of fun, and you need to get in on the ground floor at this point.
I want to see that review in print somewhere. They just Justice 3001. They punched me in the face with action. Lilith Home.
It's true. That's what happened. I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, that is a 3.75 because of the Supergirl thing. Like, no title that's using Supergirl is using her right, and it is so frustrating. Especially since she has a show coming up.
Well, yeah, that I find that odd that the show's coming up and she doesn't, you know, she no longer has her own series. There's no word of her own series coming.
And every single title that decides, hey, yeah, let's throw Supergirl in the mix. Never mind, you just sit there and look pretty.
Yeah.
It's irksome. But yeah, it's still a really good title. Outside of that, the action is great, and like I said, the action is coming, and you guys really should be reading this if you're not. If you like fun, if you want a serious comic book, this is not for you. Stick with Grayson. Let's see. Did you read Justice League of America #3?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sweet. How did you like it?
There were some good points, but how many times you don't live in this, but I mean, there's how Jordan going to have to how long does he get? He's in the past. The ring's not working. Completely. How many times is it going to take him to figure that out?
He's Hal. He's a little dense at times. It's okay. I have a theory about time travel in this universe. Like, sometimes your memory just gets wiped away about that.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like a lot of times. So I just kind of go with it. That's my personal headcanon. But I do want to give Brian Hitch a round of applause. Seriously, he is doing the art, he is writing it, and he is knocking it out of the park for the most part. Like, last issue, it was slow, and you're like, wait a minute, why did we just totally turn tail to another story arc? And I'm like, okay, I'm glad we did turn tail, and it kind of weaved back into the first issue. So things are heating up, and I don't know how I feel about Raoul, though. It's a good guy that's really a guy that's going to backstab them. Like, you see it coming a mile away, but where's the twist going to be? And I definitely think there's a twist coming.
Oh, you mean like Batman's trying to tell Superman?
Yeah. It's Batman. How come it can't be the other way around? How come Batman can't just let his guard down for one damn story arc and let Superman be the one that said, I told you so?
Well, again, that's my whole thing. I mean, look how they're all rating Superman these days.
Yeah.
Although I think here he's more naive than dumb.
Half a dozen, one or the other,
Yeah.
I think that it's interesting that Brian Hitch is trying to have a satirical approach about society and, especially American modern society, wanting it the easy way by just taking everything at face value and not asking questions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought that was kind of a brave approach to kind of talk down to your audience like that.
Yeah, but do you think there's certain segments of the audience, the segment of the audience who would get offended at that? Don't you think a lot of them might not get that?
You said you hear the big sound of whoosh over your head. Is that what Phil just said? So I get what you're saying, but for me, I thought that it was kind of great. And I think that, a superhero book should do that. Because superhero, it's weird. Everybody's like, if superheroes are so great, how come they don't fix the world they live in? And I go, duh, no conflict that way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, you're just handing everyone everything. Yeah.
I think that it's going to turn out to be like Raoul in the world versus the Justice League. You know what I mean? Like, Raoul's done all this good, and, he realizes, whatever he realizes, and then Justice League's like, oh, crap, we got to stop him and be, personas non gratas.
Yeah. And it's just like, hello, Aquaman? Where are you?
I have no hope for Aquaman anymore. In any title. Even the other freaking Justice League title. I'm just like, because it's weird that we have two Justice League titles in the same rotation, right? And, Jeff Johns is killing it on, the intergalactic planetary situation. Yes, that was a Beastie Boys reference. But this one, I think I like this one more because it is more intimate. And it's not do you know what I mean? They actually seem like they are a team and they're cohesive and there's good characterization instead of just punch you in the face. Ooh, we're new gods now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite so new 52.
Exactly. You just hit that on the nose, son.
Punched it right in the face. With
the truth. What is up with Wonder Woman though? Like, I honestly, it's like Supergirl and Wonder Woman. They just can't. They just refuse to let them do anything interesting.
I don't know. I think they're confused about Wonder Woman now. What is she like? Is she the god of war? So I mean, they don't want her, completely passive, but they don't want her, a bloodthirsty maniac either.
Oh, the feminists would have a field day with like the straight up like Twitter feminists and the social justice warriors would have a field day with that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't even know anymore. But I like this issue. It was fun, and it's a change of pace from the other Justice League where I don't even know what Justice League I'm reading. Like, I have no idea who those people are that Jeff Johns is writing. I mean, they're having a hell of an adventure, but I don't know those people anymore.
Yes. This is.
I mean, when do you think it's always going to be this way? Or are they going to phase out that Justice League that's at number 43?
I don't know, because in that article, didn't they say they're going to go back to a more cohesive universe?
I don't think having a cohesive universe is the problem, honestly. I think that they need to differentiate, kind of how Marvel is doing it until their big Secret Wars event is over with, where it's like, okay, this is what you can expect. This is all connected here. This is all connected here. And sometimes they interact in these big crossover events and have that be that. Because for the life of me, I don't understand where anybody is, especially, Superman has powers in both of these Justice League titles, but I'm reading the main one and he doesn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
Well, that's my point. That was my point. It's just, I think when I say cohesive universe, I mean, no matter what character
tell us what the hell's going on?
Well, no, have a consistent Superman in every book. If you want Casual Friday Superman, Casual Friday Superman has to be in his own books, has to be in all the Justice League books.
I don't think that would fly, though. I don't think he would be interesting. Super Casual Friday
No.
in a fight against Darkseid in the Darkseid Wars, ain't nobody here for that.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, have one version in every book he appears in.
I think it might be a timeline thing, though, with the Batman and the Superman thing specifically.
Maybe.
Is that we don't have the exact timeline, and maybe once the Darkseid Wars are finished up and Batman's back from his vacation of being a homeless bum surfer dude, and Superman, finally, that whole arc is over, it'll be revealed either it's a flash forward or a flashback or something like that.
Yeah.
It has to. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, what did you give this particular issue?
I give it a 4.
I gave it a 3.5. I don't know. I feel really critical. I like it, but I just don't feel comfortable, over praising it because these books are so expensive now. If it was only $1.99 or $2.99, this might actually be a 4 or something. Do you know what I mean? But I just want to be really honest because I know the economy is bad and people that collect comic books. I mean, it just progressively gets worse and worse every year on all fronts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else that's a disappointment for me specifically.
Uh-oh.
Superman number 43. I actually bought this with my own money.
Oh.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about it. I see what he's trying to do, but he's not really winning at it.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of teased us too, because we got kind of flashes of the old Lois and Clark team.
Which is weird because it comes out of nowhere because it feels like they barely know each other in continuity.
Yeah.
It's they're just stuck in the hallway, basically.
Exactly. But I personally, they wrote Lois a lot better in this than they wrote Clark.
I could see.
Not that I'm saying. Not that I'm saying I agree with everything she did, but I think they wrote her better than they wrote him.
This is another topical comic book with the whole hackers using personal secrets as blackmail. Uh, Too bad it's just not as compelling as the real thing for me in this particular case.
The real sense of identity theft here.
I'm talking like, your Snowdens and your WikiLeaks and all that stuff. Like, this just doesn't feel as compelling as that. And this is a superhero story, so it should be full of bombast and just almost over the top, but not quite. And it was very boring. And I think that's one of my biggest issues with this particular title for Superman, is that his villains feel so one-dimensional. Like, there's just nothing to them anymore. And a hero is only as great as his villains.
Yeah, I'm really not feeling this villain in this arc.
Hoarder_root? What? That's not even a good hacker name. Whatever. I don't know. Wasn't the title of this Alienation?
Yep. Right on the front cover.
But they didn't really they didn't even give a good sense of that either. It just feels disjointed at the end of the day, I guess. Like, I don't get what they're getting at anymore.
Yeah.
What is with, no offense to Mr. John Romita Jr., I know you're bored of literally drawing the same thing over and over. I'm just going to say it felt a little phoned in this month.
Yeah.
I don't blame him, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, this isn't up to his usual standards, like on his Spider-Mans and stuff. Oh.
Did it feel rushed to you? It felt rushed to me.
Yeah, it felt rushed, and General Lane showed up pretty damn quick on that last page.
Dun, 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 dun. Just like, okay, you didn't even let me absorb that. That's fine.
Superman's still, his body is still smoking, for God's sake, and General Lane's there.
Oh, God. That's a good point. I still like this issue. Like I said, I understand what they're trying to do. They just need to do it better.
Yeah.
So what did you give this issue?
I'll give this one a 3.
Ooh. I'm giving it a better mark at a 3.25. Marginally better, but still better nonetheless.
Let's say we're close.
I didn't read Teen Titans. I'm waiting on the trade.
Okay. Teen Titans. We don't have to go a lot into it, but we'll have to break into a metahuman prison. I guess to clear Superboy, they have to get to Deathstroke. Yeah, but just as right as they're about to get to him, Superboy drops through the ceiling at the end of the issue. So
was it fun read for you? Was it suspenseful?
It's better than some of the previous issues. I'll give it 3.5.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a little better than average. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably have the right idea to wait for the trade.
I like to read those kind of arcs in one go. It feels better for me, and it's not as cost prohibitive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we are Robin number 3. Okay, so if you've been reading, or maybe you haven't, so the whole first big arc of it, we have there's this thing, there's bombs counting down, and this particular section of Burnside it's a hot mess. And there's just so much bubbling under the surface, and Batman is gone, and these little young punks decide to take up the Robin mantle, and there's this person that's running the nest, and that's the big mystery. Who's the nest? Who's the nest? And so we get that answer, and we also get to the bomb situation as well in this issue. Now, this is a big spoiler alert. The nest is Alfred, and it makes no damn sense, but I'm here for it for some reason.
What?
Yep. Yeah, that's the only thing that really bothered me, but for some random reason, I'm really here for it. It feels almost like Alfred is desperate. He knows that Gotham is in trouble, and they need something while Batman is missing. And they do actually run into Batman, quote unquote, but it's Robo-Bat.
Oh, yeah.
So they get a scolding, but they keep doing what they do. But we're finally getting some personality from these characters. We're finally learning their motivations. And sweet shout out to Tim Drake in this issue. There is a character called Redbird 13, and he basically has. You remember the Batmobile that Batman gave Tim Drake? They basically have in this issue. The red one, the Red Robin or whatever.
Redbird, yeah.
Yeah, the Redbird, yeah, that one. They have it in here. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, it's because we were just talking about Tim Drake, so I just kind of giggled. Yeah, so there's tons of action, lots of tension, so much drama, and we're finally getting to really know these Robins. And the Alpha reveal was insane. I know a lot of people are going to nitpick it, but I mean, we need to read a few more issues to really get into the mind frame of Alfred. I mean, he doesn't know, you know. Well, I don't know where they are actually in the story in terms of are they on the same timeline as the Batman titles, but I mean, he's missing, but you don't quite know, like, because Alfred does eventually obviously find out.
Yeah.
So this must happen right before that. And I think it's going to be an interesting situation when Bruce comes home if they actually deal with it when he comes home. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting. And I liked it a lot. I gave it a 4, actually. Yeah. But I'm just going to talk about really quickly, Justice League Gods and Monsters. It was a 3, very average. There's tons of action, but there's not a lot. All style and no substance, honestly. They're fighting this scientist dude who is in a big purple robot, and literally it's just one big fight the whole issue. I mean, if you just like that simple, basic punch 'em up thing, that might be the title for you. But at $2.99, it just wasn't, the story just was not gripping enough for me to be like, yeah, go out and get it. And then Batman Arkham Knight Genesis. Oh, it's tedious. I mean, I liked it well enough because I'm actually just getting into the game or whatever. But I don't know. Like, I think it's just that New 52 continuity that they pulled from that is just rubbing me the wrong way. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played the game or who haven't read the issue that don't know the identity of the Arkham Knight. But it just, let's just say he was a Robin, kind of, sort of.
Well,
and it's weird. It's a weird backstory now, and it just feels all kinds of weird. But then you have to remember that it's a part of the game, and I don't know, it's just weird. But the art was good.
But yeah, while you're on,
and Hush is in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
But while you're on the subject of Arkham Knight, there's a paperback and paperback novel of the actual storyline, I guess. I didn't start it yet. I bought it, but it's written by Marv Wolfman.
That's going to be a hit or miss for you, sir.
Yeah, I know. We'll see.
I think it's more of a hit, though. I think I remember reading people really liked it, actually. So yeah, but my pick of the week is actually Batman 66, number 26. I gave it a 4.5, and it also has the honor of being cover of the week for me. I thought it was really great. Poison Ivy. I don't know if you guys know much about Batman 66, but it's basically a re-envisioning of the TV show, but like with the villains that they didn't either have time, like the budget constraints, or the villains weren't around, because I think we have Bane coming up, and Harley Quinn was in one, and Poison Ivy had just come out in 66. So they really didn't get a chance to do that and work her in, because they opted to go with another new villain. I forget which of the time, whatever it was back then. And so that's why Poison Ivy was never on the show. So like that's kind of the idea of the comic book, and I thought it was really fun. I thought it was great. They made Poison Ivy like a Southern belle, so I kept like hearing, like, I don't know, Paula Deen or somebody saying these words. It just made me laugh. Yeah, but no, it was really good. The artwork was great, and it's just, if you liked the show, then you'll love the comic book, and it's just a really great take on this what if thing. So I don't know. I'm loving all the tie-in and spin-off stuff. I'm not really liking the main continuity of DC, and that's crazy. It should be the other way around.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun read, and I just miss fun in my comic books. I'm just so sick of everything being dark and dirty and gritty and rated teen and dang near mature.
Uh,
So I don't know. I appreciate like fun and bright, vivid colors and tongue in cheek cheesiness. So there it is. DCU week 13. Anything else to add? Did you watch Vixen yet?
yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. I don't know. I almost feel like waiting till they're all out because it's just those little bits. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
come on.
4 minutes and you're sitting there like, wait, what happened? A week for 4 minutes? Really, bro?
Yeah.
It's odd that an animated character is the best female character that they've had. I don't know if how true it is that the character is actually going to show up in either. I'm pretty sure they said Arrow.
Yeah, I heard that rumor.
So, I mean, they cast an African American lady for her voice actor who could quite honestly pass for a live action version. So, I don't know.
Maybe they're waiting to see how the response to the animated.
I mean, they can't do it because they're supposed to be prepping for the, the spinoff, Legends of Tomorrow. So I don't know. Yeah, I did like it though. I like that it's only 4 minutes because if you're watching on the CWC, that means they can't give you a commercial. I think that was actually kind of smart. Yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, it should have been at least 15 minutes. I'm like, dude, we would have like 8 commercials if it was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up.
All right. Well, if that is it, get a hold of us. Share your thoughts with us. Are we crazy? Are we dead on? Is there anything we're not reading? We should be, but I think we hit pretty much everything. Go to the Facebook page, World's Finest Podcast. Give us a like. Share your thoughts. You can email me, nightwingpp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp. And Miss Lilith?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. If you got a Tumblr, you can hit me up on itslilithhellfire.tumblr.com. And be sure to check out my blog, littlepopculturevulture.blogspot.com. The fall is upon us, people, and there's going to be so much DC Comics TV that I'm vomiting at the prospect of it all.
All right, everyone. Join us back here next week for more, well, I guess not DCU fun, but more DCU.
No, next week is fun.
Okay. All right. Come back for the fun. Watch out for that action. Like a right hook to the face. Good night.